Republican leader saying withdrawing from Syria is a grave mistake. He calls it a strategic nightmare. Lindsey Graham has raised concerns as well, as was Senator Marco Rubio on the Senate floor. Listen.
We had these 2,000 troops working with the Kurds to keep ISIS from reemerging and to provide leverage in a future Syrian settlement, to restrain Assad's power, to safeguard Kurdish interests, our partners' interests, and to limit Iranian influence. Every single one of those stated interests, that was our policy less than 2 weeks ago, has been wiped out.
Senator Rubio was your first choice for president back in 2015. You cited the success you felt against ISIS over the last couple of years. The concern is that there's going to be backtracking on that now that we've abandoned the allies we were fighting with against ISIS.
George, I listened closely to what Senator Rubio said. Each of the interests that he identified, this administration is still fully committed to. I can assure you that the efforts to push back against Iran are real and continuous, unlike what the last administration did that picked Iran as its strategic security partner in the Middle East. We've taken an incredibly different approach to that. The Islamic Republic of Iran is feeling it. And stability in the Middle East has increased because of the work we've done. The counter-ISIS campaign, I'm proud of the work that our team has done under President Trump's leadership, not only in countering ISIS in Syria. You know, George, Syria's been a mess for an awful long time, but countering ISIS all around the world. We've been serious about it. We've been thoughtful. We've been strategic, and we will continue to make sure that we take the primary effort, which is to make sure we keep the American people safe from the threats from radical Islamic terrorism wherever we find it.
But didn't the president put those gains at risk by pulling the troops out? We saw the fighting immediately.
I'm very confident that this administration's efforts to crush ISIS will continue.
Once again, we see Pompeo trying his best to use his political talking points to try to seem like they know what they're doing. They're trying their best, but everything they just done, remove our army from Syria, ultimately hurts the Kurds, and they know this. They try to say it's whatever it takes to help us out. What about the world? You just allowed Russia to move in, Iran to move in, and you want to stop them? No, you're doing the exact opposite. And right now, during the ceasefire, they are still shooting them down, bombing them with airplanes. This is crazy. And there's so many people that have nowhere to go. So if this continues to move forward and they continue to move into the Kurds areas, civilians will be killed. It's just going to happen. And you see it right now, the Republicans are fighting against this because you just made us look really bad to the global war, as we're just don't know what we're doing. Our president is just sitting there making decisions right off the rip. Oh, let's just move them out. As soon as you did that, immediately they started shooting. Immediately they started bombing. Had to leave the prison where over 10,000 ISIS members are being held. Are sitting there being held. And we're trying to protect us and the free world from ISIS. You're doing the exact opposite of what you're saying. You're putting power right back into their hands. You're allowing them to regain their military asset of their prison ISIS members, letting them free, letting the families go free. Well, we worked so hard and lives were lost. Over 11,000 Kurds armed forces were killed. And this is what we do. Our army went in there, and some of them were killed. And this is what we do. For no reason at all. And then we say that they're going home. They don't even go home. They go to Iraq and they go to Saudi Arabia. Missionaries for hire. This is exactly what this is. Trump and his cast of goons can say what they want. But this is problematic for the future of the Europeans and possibly Americans. Because now you just reignited a war that had just finally stopped and calmed down. And this is why the Middle East will never stop being at war. Instead of helping them try to fix these things, we go in there, we destroy, wreak havoc, try to do our democratic diplomacy. It doesn't work. And then we just leave right when we finally got it under control. So all these deaths are for nothing. Blood in the streets.